Mr. Santiago, can you hear me clearly, sir? You're muted, sir.
Oh, I apologize.
No problem. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Francisco Santiago. The second, the file number is 21-03312. Mr. Santiago, you do not have an attorney, is that correct?
No, I do not.
Okay. Did you receive a copy of your pre-sentence report and recommendation from probation?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and you've reviewed it, sir?
What does that mean?
You reviewed it? Did you read it?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Okay, did you find any areas in which you want the court to make updates or changes or corrections to?
No, I did not.
So we won't make any updates or changes. Typically, if you were represented by an attorney, they'd give a statement at this time about how you've been progressing since the time of this incident, or what your goals are, or how you believe you should be sentenced in this matter. So you can go forth at this point and give your own statement if you'd like. You do not have to.
Yes. So since the night of the incident, I went to the hospital in Saginaw, Michigan. It was a mental health hospital. I stayed there for about 14 days. I came home. I followed up with my therapist for about three and a half months. I've been on the proper medication for 6 months now. I'm working 60 hours a week. I have a newborn that's going to be here in about 6 weeks. And I've done everything I can to stay away from certain people, certain things. All I've been doing is going to work and coming home and working on the baby's room, just trying to get everything together to move on. If I have any say in sentencing, I'd really like to just pay a fine or do something to just get this out of my life and just continue to move on. I'm trying to do better, and I don't want this to drag me behind anymore.
The concern indicated here in the report that you received a copy of is that you scored rather high on the substance abuse domain regarding alcohol. So have you done anything since then to address that issue?
No, I haven't. I went over with my therapist during the time that I had her.
I don't have any information that would suggest that the underlying action took place because you were under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Were you under the influence of alcohol at the time, sir?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I wasn't on any type of medication. I was I had a bad mental health breakdown after I got, I was drunk. That's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the court's had an opportunity to review your pre-sentence report, the recommendation from the court. I've heard the statement that you provided to the court. And congratulations on the new child that's coming. I mean, all the positive things that you have been doing since the time of this incident to get your life back on track and to be stable. I'm glad that you've gotten some treatment as it relates to your mental health and that you have the proper medications now. And I hope that you will continue on that path so that you can remain stable and active in your new child's life. The concern the court has, though, is that uh, you were under the influence at the time that this happened, and of course, you were not on the proper medications, which is a dangerous combination. And I think that giving you justifying would not ensure proper rehabilitation to make sure this is not an issue, especially if you came back scoring high on the substance abuse use domain. So we need to get you some tools so that you can properly address that, sir. I mean, ultimately, addressing that issue is gonna have to be a decision you have to make within yourself. So I can order you to participate in all the treatment and program that I want to, but if you don't make a decision that you want to make a change as it relates to that area of your life, no change is gonna be made, okay? So that's a decision you need to make. The recommendation from probation is for 12 months. I think that is a bit lengthy, especially considering that you have already gone ahead. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Saying that okay, Mrs. telling me my microphone failed. Give me a minute. Okay. Especially considering the fact that you've already taken efforts and steps to get the treatment that you need and you're back on your proper medication. So the court wants to have an opportunity to observe your progress as it relates to that. And then also have you go through some alcohol education and outpatient substance abuse so
Okay.
to address those things. And so if you're already in treatment, you may be able to add that outpatient through that. If you are dealing with community mental health or you have another counselor, you can look into that. And if that's something that they can add to the services that you're already receiving, you can just notify your probation officer that you're doing that and provide documentation that way. Otherwise, they can give you some information or recommendations as to where you can get this outpatient treatment, okay?
Okay.
So because of that, I am going to order you to participate in 6 months of probation. While on probation, there's a $30 per month oversight fee that you would be responsible for. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior while you're on probation. You're not to possess or use alcohol, marijuana, or a controlled substance while on probation. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm or ammunition or weapons of any kind while you're on probation. Do you understand that?
Yes. I do have my medical marijuana card. Does that affect that?
If you just need to provide proof of a valid medical marijuana card to probation, and then you're fine, okay?
Okay.
But they have to have you'll have to send them a copy of your medical marijuana card.
Okay.
As a condition of your probation, you're going to need to submit to random PBTs in your analysis. You're responsible for the fee associated with that, okay, sir?
Okay. How much would that be?
They're typically about, each time you go, it's probably about $10 to $15 is my understanding. But there
Okay.
is a fee to set up the account, and I can't tell you what that is. Probation can give you further information about that, okay?
All right. Thank you.
No problem. I'm going to order that you participate in outpatient substance abuse and that you continue your mental health treatment as you've been doing and provide documentation to your probation officer, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions at this time?
No, not at the moment. I do not.
Okay, you are still currently employed? Is that
Yes, I
correct?
am. Yeah.
Okay.
I switched positions. I took a second shift position at Ryder. I was working first shift at Aldi, but I switched over.
Okay, I'll note that here, you'll be required to maintain employment during the course of your probation and provide verification that you are employed to the probation department. But again,
Okay.
do you have any questions regarding your probationary terms at this time?
No, I'll just have to. I'll get an email or something about where I got to report.
I'm sorry, can you repeat what you said?
Will I get an email or something about where I need to
Yeah, you will be,
report?
that's correct. You'll be I don't know that it'll be an email, maybe a phone call, one way or the other, but probation will be in contact with you because they need to provide you with a copy of this judgment of sentence for you to review and sign, and then they'll give you further information, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now, as to fines and costs, there is a $75 crime victim rights fee that by statute I must assess, and the state minimum cost that I must assess of $50. I'll waive discretionary fines and costs. Your probation is $30 per month. I've ordered you to do 6 months, so it would amount to be a total of $180 if you did the 6 months on probation. So your total fees will be $305, but you will be able to make monthly payments on that, okay, sir?
Okay.
Now, there is a vice of rights here for probation. It says you have the right to request a hearing for early discharge from probation once you complete half the original term ordered by the judge. You must file a motion for early termination of probation with the court. You cannot request a hearing for early discharge until all rehabilitative requirements have been completed and there have been no probation violations within the 90 days preceding your request. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You have the right to retain or hire an attorney to represent you if a hearing is necessary for your request for early termination, but you do not have the right to court-appointed counsel if a hearing is necessary. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
If you are on probation for domestic violence, stalking, criminal sex crime, or human trafficking violations, or an offense where the defense was asserted of guilty but mentally ill, you are not eligible for early discharge from probation. So that doesn't apply to you, sir. You're on probation for discharge of a weapon in public. So essentially, you got 6 months of probation. If after 3 months, if you've had no violations and you have been compliant with participating in your outpatient substance abuse and continue your mental health, you can get paperwork from probation to request early termination, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Just make sure you don't have any violations in between that time. And by violations, I don't mean that you didn't make a payment. I'm actually more concerned about the other terms and conditions, such as making sure you don't have any dirty drops
Okay.
or any new charges or anything such as that. Okay, sir?
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, I don't know.
Okay. If you have no questions, let me just confirm I still have an accurate number for you. Your number ends in 6296, sir.
Correct.
Okay, we do also have a phone, email here for you, so someone will contact you from the probation department, okay?
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you. Have a great day.
sometime.
Okay, who's representing Matthew Sump?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, did you need to speak to him privately?
Briefly.
Okay, I see Joshua Thomas is present. Oh, okay. Okay, I see a Genevieve, ma'am. What's your last name?
Allen.
Okay. You're also represented by Mr. Cooper today, so. Okay, Ms. Ware, you need to start your video.
Okay, what's that?
Are you on two devices, ma'am?
It should only be one. Let's see here.
Is this Kim Ware?
No, this is Robin Cooper.
Robert Cooper, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ms. Ware, can you hear me? You're muted. Ms. Ware, can you hear me?
She will be down in 1 minute. I was just opening up the door, opening up for her 9:30.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, when she comes, she just needs to make sure she starts her video, okay?
Will do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. No problem.
I'm in the big screen. She comes on with that automatically on the big screen.
You should.
Your Honor.
And we're just waiting for the public defender to return, so I think he's representing each of you all.
See, everybody up here is moving.
Okay.
So,
Re-elect Judge Simmons.
Okay, Miss Weir, we're just waiting for your attorney to come back, okay?
Okay.
Um, No, you go lay down. Go on. You can't.
There you go.
He's already in there? Hello?
Okay, Miss Bucks? Is it Antoinette Bucks? Okay, you're muted, but when I'm ready to call your case, I'll call your name out, okay? Thank you.
Hey, he's
Okay, Mr. Keithley, are you ready with Mr. Oh, where is he? He coming in? Okay. Are you ready with Mr. Sum?
I am, Your Honor.
I'm waiting for him to join us in the courtroom. Okay, I'm gonna have to change the view. Mrs. Nealon.
I think I know.
Okay,
Just give me this week.
thank you.
Yeah, my.
You can go to the table, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine. And you can see your attorney on this. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Matthew Sump, file number 21-03283. Council appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Elizabeth Perez, I'm here on behalf of the city of Lansing. I will be practicing in the Michigan Courtroom 8.120 and under the supervision of Assistant City Attorney Amanda Boyle.
Thank you. Permission to practice is granted. Mr. Keithley.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Mr. Sump, who is present in the courtroom.
Thank you. And today's the date that was set for a second pretrial. We were here previously, but there was some discovery that was still pending. I assume you got that discovery. How do you want to proceed at this time?
I did receive that discovery, Your Honor. However, based on my conversation with Mr. Sump today, I am having someone from my office put in for some additional discovery that I do not have at this time. I expect that discovery demand will be made a little later on this week. We would be asking for a 30-day adjournment of this matter.
We can do March 28th at 9:30. March 28th work for you? I can't remember.
Your Honor, I am not available that date. However, I can at least get coverage from my office.
We'll switch the date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We can do April 4th. April 4th at 9:30. At 9:30. Do you have any questions today, Mr. Sum?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Nothing further for the city, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Sum. You can have a seat there and we'll get you a copy of your notice to appear.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so we have Genevieve Allen, Joshua Thomas, Robin Cooper, Kim Ware, Antoinette Bucks, and then Casito just joined, so who would you like to handle next?
Your Honor, I believe I'm ready to go with Ms. Ware.
Ms. Ware, you can unmute. On the record in the matter, the people of the city of Lansing versus Kim Ware, the file number is 21-029070 OT, council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alma Lizana Perez, I'm here on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Ms. Ware, who is present via Zoom.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Ware. Today's the date that's set for a second retrial. I think we were waiting for her to get a copy of her birth certificate so that she can renew her license. Has she had sufficient time to do that, or how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, it is my understanding at this time that the city is going to be dismissing this matter.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, city moves to dismiss. This case will be dismissed and closed. You're all set, Ms. Ware.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
All right. Dismiss me.
Would you like to handle next, Mr. Keithley?
Your Honor, if I could meet briefly with Miss Allen.
Okay, 1 second. I'll add her to your room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. you ready on Miss Allen?
I
Yes.
am, Your Honor.
All right.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Genevieve Allen, file number 21-03306 OD. Council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alma Lizal Perez appear on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender. I'm filling in for Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly, appearing on behalf of Genevieve Allen, who is present via Zoom.
Today is a date set for a pretrial. How are we proceeding on this matter?
Thank you, Your Honor. An offer was extended to Ms. Allen to plead guilty to an amended charge of OWI first offense. My understanding is that she intends to accept this offer and plead guilty today.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Is that correct? You would like to accept the offer to plead guilty to amended charge of the OWI first offense? Ms. Allen?
Yes,
Okay, did you want to accept that plea offer?
yes,
Okay, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Okay, Ms. Allen, you have the right to be represented by counsel, and you are represented by Mr. Keithley from the Office of the Public Defender. You have the right to proceed to a jury trial in this matter, and you have the right at the time of jury trial to remain silent and not have silence be used against you. You have the right to cross-examine or question any witness that the prosecution intends to call. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence you believe may further a defense to the charge. Do you understand those rights?
Yes,
If you want to plead guilty today, you would have to give up those rights. Is that what you want to do?
yes,
Okay. If you waive that right, that means you're also waiving your right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. It means you're also going to be giving up any claim you may have to say that you pled guilty under duress or that someone forced or threatened you to plead guilty. So is anyone making any promises to you to get you to waive your rights here today and plead guilty?
no,
Anybody threaten at all to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty?
pardon me?
Is anybody threatening you to get you to plead guilty?
No,
Are you pleading guilty, ma'am, because you believe you are guilty?
yes,
Are you currently on probation or parole? Ma'am, can you hear me?
yeah, what was that again?
Are you currently on probation or are you currently on parole?
No,
You understand that a guilty plea can result in a conviction that you may need to report to either your current employer or any future employer. You understand that?
yes,
Okay, as to the amended charge of operating while intoxicated first offense, how do you plead, ma'am?
guilty.
You have a factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Allen, on or about July 30th of 2021, were you operating a motor vehicle in the area of 457 East Edgewood Boulevard in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan?
Yes,
And is that area of 457 East Edgewood Boulevard a public highway or area that is open to the public?
45 East Edgewood, you said?
Where you were operating your motor vehicle?
I wasn't on Edge, I was getting off of Edgewood. I was turning right to my apartment.
So you were on a road, right?
Yes,
Okay. Now, prior to operating that motor vehicle on that date and at that location, had you been consuming alcohol?
yes,
And did you know it was alcohol when you were consuming it?
yes,
Okay, now, on that date and at that location, did you have some interaction with the police?
yes,
And they ended up taking you to the hospital, right?
yes,
And at the hospital, a blood draw was performed, right?
yes,
And to the best of your knowledge, the results of that blood draw revealed a blood alcohol content of above 0.08, correct?
yes,
And do you have any reason to contest those results?
no,
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Does the prosecution have any questions?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. This matter will be set for sentencing on April 11, 2022 at 8:30 in the morning. Prior to your sentencing, man, you have to meet with probation so they can provide the court with a pre-sentence report and recommendation. You need to contact them in person at this, on the 5th floor of City Hall within the next 48 hours, okay?
I don't understand that.
Okay, which part do you not understand?
Where do I go to? I don't know where to go. I mean,
Okay, do you know where City Hall is in Lansing, downtown 124 West Michigan Ave?
yes,
You'll come to that building. They're located on the 5th floor.
on the 5th floor.
Yes,
I have to do that within 48 hours.
within 48 hours. That's correct.
Okay, all right.
Okay, and Mr. Keithley can provide them a copy of the substance abuse assessment that you've already completed. And that way you will not be required to do another one as part of your pre-sentence investigation, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions today?
No, I don't.
Any additional matters for the record? Counsel?
None for the city, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, Ms. Allen, we'll see you in April.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So, did you need to speak to Mr. Thomas at all?
No, Your Honor, I'm ready to go with Mr. Thomas.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Joshua Thomas, file number 21-03393. Council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alma Perez, appear on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing with Joshua Thomas, who is present via Zoom.
Thank you. And today is the date that was set for a second pretrial. Are we ready to proceed on this matter, or do we need further adjournment?
Thank you, Your Honor. We would be requesting a further adjournment at this time. Mr. Thomas was originally adjourned in order to get a substance abuse assessment. He has one actually scheduled this afternoon. So we would be requesting some time to get the results of that assessment.
Yes. April 4th at 9:30. Do you have any questions today, Mr. Thomas? You're muted.
No, I do not, Your Honor.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
None from the city, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
April 4th, Mr. Thomas.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Okay, and we just did that one. I think Ms. Cooper was here next. You need to speak to Ms. Cooper.
I likely will. Ms. O'Boyle and Ms. Perez, did you receive my email regarding Ms. Cooper?
Yeah. Yes, we did.
Okay. Yes, if I could please speak to Ms. Cooper briefly.
Okay, someone just joined with the name Jesse.
Yes, I did.
What's your full name, sir?
Jesse Wilson.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, and you're represented by Mr. Moss?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. We'll place you on mute until we're ready to proceed with your matter, okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Good morning, Mr. Zawacki.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing just fine.
Is your client with you or are they logging in separately?
He's logging in separately.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, who's on the Galaxy A21?
Yes.
What's your name? What is your name?
Ori, it's Ori, O-R-A Martin.
Thank you. Okay, and Mr. Zawacki, are you ready to proceed on his matter?
I am.
Okay. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Ori Martin, file number 17-04791. OD, council appearance, please.
Ronald Zawacki on behalf of Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alma Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Thank you. Today was the date that was set for a pretrial. How are we proceeding on this matter?
Okay.
Your
Your
Honor,
offer extended?
I have not talked to the city attorney yet about, I just got in at the last minute. Maybe if I could have a few minutes to discuss the case with the city attorney, that would be maybe a good way to handle this.
Okay, we'll go off the record. Give me just a moment. Okay, Mr. Keithy, are you ready on Ms. Cooper?
I am, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Robin Cooper, file number 21-03391 OD, council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alma Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Robin Cooper, who is present via Zoom.
Kyle, how are we proceeding on this one?
Thank you, Your Honor. An offer was extended to Ms. Cooper to plead guilty to an amended charge of OWI first offense. At this time, Ms. Cooper would like to accept that offer and plead guilty.
That is a correct statement, Your Honor, of the offer extended.
Thank you. Ms. Cooper, if that's accurate, you would like to accept the offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Thank you. Ma'am, you can put your hand down. Ma'am, you have the right to be represented by counsel, which you are represented by the Office of the Public Defender by way of Mr. Keithley. And you have the right to proceed to a trial in this matter. At the time of trial, ma'am, you have the right to call witnesses to speak or testify as to any defense you believe you may have. You have the right to present evidence at that trial to further any defense you may have. You have the right to cross-examine or question any of the witnesses the city intends to bring. And then you have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You also have the right to be presumed innocent at trial until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If you want to plead guilty today, you'd be giving up those rights. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody making any promises to you to get you to want to waive those rights and plead guilty today?
No, ma'am.
Is anybody threatening you at all to get you to want to waive those rights and plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Are you currently on probation or parole?
No.
And you understand that a guilty plea can result in a conviction that you may need to report to your current employer or a future employer?
Yeah. Retired.
And are you pleading guilty, ma'am, because you believe you are guilty?
Yes.
As to the charge of, or the amended charge of operating while intoxicated first offense, how do you plead?
Guilty.
May I have a factual basis, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Cooper, on or about October 1st of 2021, were you operating a motor vehicle in the area of Morris River Drive and South Waverly in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
And that area is either a road or it is open to the public, right?
That's correct.
Now, while prior to operating that motor vehicle, had you been consuming alcohol?
Yes.
And did you know it was alcohol at the time you were consuming it?
Yes.
Now, there came a time on that date and at that location that you ended up interacting with the police, right?
Yes.
And the results of that interaction were that they ended up taking you to the hospital, right?
That's correct.
And at the hospital, they performed a blood draw, right?
Yes.
And as a result of that blood draw, it was revealed that your blood alcohol content at that time was above 0.08, correct?
Yes.
And do you have any reason to contest those results?
No.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the city?
None, Your Honor.
Thank you. The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. This matter is going to be set for sentencing on April 11th, 2022 at 8:30 in the morning. You need to meet with probation within the next 48 hours in person so that they can schedule your pre-sentence report and recommendation, okay?
Okay.
And they, or you or your attorney can provide them a copy of the substance abuse assessment you've already completed so that you don't be accrue a cost to do a new one, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions today, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
None for the city, Your Honor.
Oh, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Cooper, we'll see you on April 11th. Okay. Josh, you're representing Wilson, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, are you ready to proceed or did you need to speak to the city attorney?
I'd like to speak with the city attorney, please.
Let me admit this person first. Mr. Zawacki is in line to speak with the city attorney, so we'll put you in when she's available. Mr. Keithley, who did you need to speak to next?
Okay.
And Ms. Cooper, you're free to go.
Your Honor, I would need to speak to Mr. Gassito next. Additionally, I believe I'm prepared to go on the record with Ms. Bikes.
before I put everyone in a breakout room. Record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Antoinette Bikes, the file numbers 21-03310 and 21L2693522. Council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alma Lizana Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender. I'm filling in for Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly, appearing on behalf of Ms. Bikes, who is present via Zoom.
For a pre-trial and an explanation hearing, are we proceeding on these matters?
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, this matter was previously adjourned for Ms. Bikes to try to make some progress on getting her license. Ms. Bikes is an individual who lives on a pretty modest income. She hasn't really made a lot of progress at this time. However, she has gotten set up with a payment plan. We would be asking for a 30 to 60-day adjournment for her to try to make a little bit of additional progress in this matter.
Ninth at 9:30.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The court cut out. I didn't actually hear the beginning of that. All I got was I'm assuming April 9th, but
May 9th at 9:30.
May 9th at 9:30. Very good, Your Honor. Thank you.
No problem. Ms. Bikes, do you have any questions? You're muted, by the way. You're muted, so we can't hear you.
Can you hear me? No, I don't have any questions. May 9th at 8:30.
That's correct. May 9th
Okay.
at 9:30.
On 9:30. Okay, thank you.
Yes, okay, you're all set. We'll see you then.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, let me put Mr. Zawaki in the room with the city, and then Mr. Keithley, you need to go in the room with Mr. Gastito, you said?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Zoom, go away. That doesn't make any sense. My cousin doesn't. That doesn't make any sense. I went there to get clothes. That's what Roxanne met and picked me up there. We were going all around. I was with Roxanne. I didn't tell her that. I was not, she didn't pick me up with her. She did not, I did not tell you that, I didn't tell you that, I was walked all the way from the emergency room, all the way to that back 40, and then Roxanne picked me up there. She didn't find me, she found me there, I got in her car and she picked me up there. I called her on the phone. How did you call her? I still don't have a phone. I mean, I didn't have a phone, but I mean, I still call her. No, it's not. I don't know. No, that's not it. No, because I called her on the phone. I called her on cell phone. I called her on cell phone. I called her on my friend's TJ's cell phone. From the back 40. I called her on my friend TJ's cell phone. I walked all the way from the hospital when I was feeling like I was gonna have a seizure. And I walked all the way from because I didn't want to wait in the hospital, feeling like I was gonna have a seizure. And I waited and then back to the doctor to try to have a seizure, and I didn't know I was gonna have one, and I walked all the way to the back door and had a seizure. He works at ABBA, and I'm Roxanne, he has a tattoo right here, Celtic tattoo. And, she took me there, and she got me a room there, caseworker there.
Okay, are we, Mr. Zawaki, did you need to speak to your client at all?
No, the city attorney is requesting an adjournment a couple weeks to get some of the information, so that would be agreeable.
Okay, sounds good.
I know her, being homeless. You know, we get a home there.
March 14th at 1:15. March 14th at 1:15 work for you?
Let me check, March 14th. That would be fine.
Okay, we'll adjourn until then. Unless there's anything else, you're all set for today, Mr. Martin.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I'll call you,
No
Mr. Martin.
If the city wanted to return back to the breakout room, I'm gonna put Attorney Moss in there. Is everything okay, Mr. Clay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're just waiting for your attorney to be ready, okay?
Yes, ma'am. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. Hopefully I can try to get a bond reduction so I can go to TRICAP and work on myself,
Okay.
a little better.
Yeah, well, we'll talk to your attorney. I don't know if he needs to speak to you privately or not.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I've been doing pretty good here though. I've just been getting in my Bible a lot, getting back
That's
right with
good.
the
That's a
Father.
good place to be. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay in the word.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you ready with Mr. Casito?
I am, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Umana Garcido, phone number is 21. They might be frozen. Nope, they're not. Can you hear me in the city attorney's office?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
Okay, can you place your appearance on the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Alma Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender. I'm filling in for Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly, appearing on behalf of Mr. Casito, who is present via Zoom.
Sanctions cleared. How are we proceeding at this time?
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, an offer was extended to Mr. Casito to plead guilty in case 11-71. In exchange, case 1170 would be dismissed. My understanding after speaking with Mr. Casito is he would like to accept that offer and plead guilty.
That's a correct statement, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Casito?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so the offer is for you to plead guilty to the charge of driving while license is suspended and that the furnishing false information will be dismissed. Do you want to accept that offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
I can't see if your right hand is raised. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Casito, you have the right to be represented by an attorney. You can put your hand down. You are represented by Mr. Keithley today from the Office of the Public Defender. You have the right, sir, to proceed to a trial in this matter, and you have the right to have a jury trial. At the time of trial, you have the right to call witnesses to speak for you at the trial and to testify as to any defense or evidence you want to present. You have the right to present any evidence that you believe would further any defense to this charge. You have the right to cross-examine any witness that the prosecution intends to call at the time of a trial. And then you have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If you plead guilty today, you would be giving up all of those rights. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Is anybody making any promises to you to get you to give up those rights and plead guilty?
Copy that again, please.
Is anybody promising you anything to get you to give up those rights and plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody threatened you to get you to give up those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And are you pleading guilty to this charge because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. As to the charge of driving while license is suspended, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Have a factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Casito, on or about April 28th of 2021, were you operating a motor vehicle in the area of East Mount Hope and Teal Avenue in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
And the area where you were operating was actually is a road, right?
Yes.
Okay. At that time, did you have a valid license?
No.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any questions from the city?
No, Your Honor.
And your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. File number 21-01170 will be dismissed per the plea agreement, and your fine in this matter will be $200. When do you think you can make payment on that?
Okay, what would I make the payment? Your Honor,
Yes, can you repeat your question?
where would I make this payment at?
You make it at the court here at 54A District Court at the traffic criminal window, or you can make it online.
Okay, when would I have to make this payment by, the due
That's
date?
what I asked you. I asked you when can you make the payment?
I could make it today or next week or Friday. It's Friday. Friday is good.
Okay, I'll put that you'll make payment by Friday. You can make that payment online again by going to the court website and using your case number to pull up the fine amount, or you can come in and pay it in person, okay, sir?
Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Mr. Clay, do you need to speak to him?
I am going to need to speak to Mr. Clay. Could I have a moment with the city attorney in regards to Mr. Clay?
I'll add you all to the same room. Oops, sorry, wrong room. Two, four.
Don't do about it too, she don't see that.
Morning, ma'am. What's your name?
Anaya Brooks.
Okay, thank you. When your attorney's available, I'll see if he needs to meet with you, okay?
Okay.
And who's on the Motorola 5G? You can unmute. Sir, if you can unmute your device.
My only other question is about probation and stuff like that. When are we on parole?
You're muted, so I can't hear you, sir.
Hello,
Okay. Hello, what's your name?
Richard Erdman.
Erdman. Can you rename him? What else is here? Ms. Torres is here. Request court appointed counsel on this? Oh, shoot. Got it. Okay. Mr. Keithley, did you need to speak to Mr. Clay? Oh, you're back.
My apologies, Your Honor.
No problem. Do you need to speak to Mr. Clay?
I do.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me put you back in room 1, and then I'll add Mr. Clay. Okay. Let's speak to this. Okay, if the city attorney wants to go back into the breakout room, I'm gonna put Mr. Moss in that room with you. Who's on the Moto G Pure?
Aries Andrews.
Okay, Mr. Andrews, thank you. He's been busy today. Let's see here. People just joined. Tatiana Smith does not have her audio on. I see a Sarah Babcock.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. And you're not driving, correct?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You're not driving right now, are you?
No, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So I will, when your attorney is here, I mean, he's the only public defender today and he has a ton of people, so thank everyone for their patience. We'll see if he needs to meet with you privately, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I see a Whitney. Can you give me your
Yes.
full name, please?
Whitney Graham.
Whitney Graham, thank you. Okay, same for you. You are all represented by Mr. Keithley, so when he is available, he'll get to each of you one by one, okay?
Okay.
Let's see, Tatiana Smith still is not starting the audio. Okay, there she goes. So Tatiana Smith,
Yes. Oh, my camera's not on. Okay. Okay, start. Okay, I'm on now.
okay, Ms. Smith, you're represented by Mr. Keithley and he is handling some other matters, but as soon as he gets an opportunity, I'll see if he needs to meet with you privately before he can proceed, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, there's someone on the phone. All right, who's on the phone number ending in 4171?
Dejanay Parker.
Okay, Ms. Parker, you actually have to call in with a video.
Okay, I'm at the hospital right now with my son. I'm trying to connect to the Wi-Fi, but it's really not working, but I can try.
Well, give me just a moment because I'm not even sure what's going on with your matter. We'll see if it was Donnelly. Mr. Keithley, do you know what's going on with Miss Parker? Because she's on a phone, so I don't know if it's just giving her a new date. I don't need her to try to figure out how to get video.
I was going to be requesting a 30-day adjournment, Your Honor.
Okay. March 28th. That one's Donnelly's, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll do March 28th at 9:30, okay, Miss Parker?
Okay.
Okay, make sure you have video then, though.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. Okay. City is in a private meeting room with Mr. Moss, so did you want to take this opportunity to meet with someone else?
Yes, Your Honor. Clerk, give me just a moment. I guess, Mr. Andrews, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'll add him to your room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm muted. Mr. Moss, are you ready to proceed on your matter?
Your Honor, if I could have a breakout room with my client one more time, I believe we've reached a resolution with the prosecutor's office. I just need to run it by my client.
Okay, your client's already in room 3, so I'll move you back to room 3.
Thank you, Your
Whitney.
You should write a book. I'm like, I would write a book, but my book would be the same as all the other books. Nope, not at all. Right now, I'm kind of like rebuilding, like, might not be able to be in contact with the others. Yeah, right.
Hey, Whitney.
Okay, are we ready on your matter, Mr. Moss?
Yes, I'm ready, Your Honor. I'm just filling out.
On the record, in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Jesse Allen Wilson, the file number is 22-00097. Council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jackie Moss, P792444 and on behalf of Mr. Jesse Wilson, we are both appearing via Zoom from separate locations.
Thank you. Today was a date that was set for a pre-trial. Was there an offer extended on this?
There was, Your Honor. At this time, the offer extended by the city of Lansing is to amend the charge count to hinder, oppose to disturbing the peace civil infraction, and pursuant to an agreement of dismissal of the intoxication in public. It's my understanding that the defendant would like to enter into a diversion agreement with the city of Lansing in exchange for dismissal of the intoxication in public charge, Your Honor.
Okay, so is it still the case that he needs to complete the diversion first and then the case is dismissed?
No, Your Honor, the agreement would be to dismiss here today, and should the defendant not complete the diversion agreement pursuant to the terms that we've discussed, the city would reissue charges.
Okay, so diversion agreement as to the open intox, is that what the other charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
And just for clarification, Your Honor, I'm in 55th right now, so it's kind of hard to hear, but I thought I heard you just say open intox, and I believe the charge is public intoxication.
Application. Okay. And that recitation of the offer is accurate, Mr. Moss?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, so the city will move to dismiss the public intox today as part of the diversion. We do need a nollie on that one.
Will do, Your Honor.
That was not from a ticket. As to the hinder, obstruct, oppose, the city is moving to amend to disturbing the peace civil infraction. Mr. Wilson, did you want to accept responsibility for that?
Yes.
Okay. The fine is going to be $75. When can you make payment?
Immediately.
payment online, that's correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Any additional matters for the record, council?
Your Honor, thank you.
I just had one question for Ms. O'Boyle, Your Honor. We didn't talk about specific time frame for Mr. Wilson to complete the community service. Based on our conversation, I didn't think it would be an issue, but I just wanted to make sure if you had any specific expectations as to that time frame, keeping in mind that he does work and he does have custody of his parenting time with his son.
It's outlined in the city's agreement, which I will provide to you, but generally it is 90 days to complete that 40 hours.
Ooh. Mr. Wilson, can you, are you able to comply with that within that time frame?
As you stated, I have 50% custody of my kids. I'll do everything that I can in my power as well. I work full-time as apprentice lineman, which requires lots of call-outs, and then I'm also in the Indiana Army National Guard, but I will do everything I can to meet the requirements of the deal.
Ms. O'Boyle, just so there's no issues, would you be opposed to granting a little bit more time so it's not as a crunch on Mr. Wilson, or what is your position on that?
I would say that I would like to see some show of good faith, and should we be approaching the deadline and a 30-day extension is needed, then we
Okay.
consider it at that time.
Okay, very good. Did you get that, Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Ms. O'Boyle.
I do have one question. I don't know if this is the proper medium for that. In regards to the firearm that was seized during the incident.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, Jesse.
Talk to your attorney about that because I have no information about a firearm. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're all set for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll give you a call, Jesse.
Okay, thanks.
Everybody else is still waiting for Keith, please.
Oh man.
Why does my video stop?
Ms. Graham, did you need some assistance?
No, I was wondering, did my videos, like, did it stop or what's wrong with my computer?
Just press start your video.
Oh, okay, thank you. Sorry about that.
No problem. Okay. Mr. Keithley, are you ready with Mr. Clay?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the record in the matters of the people of the city of Lansing versus Camache Clay, I have file number 21-02667 and 21L2651942. Council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alma Lizon Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Comanche Clay, who is present via the Polycom system today.
Thank Today's the date that was set for pretrial. How are we proceeding on these?
Thank you, Your Honor. An offer was extended to Mr. Clay this morning for him to plead in file 02667 OT. In exchange, the file ending in 1942 OT would be dismissed. At this time, Mr. Clay would like to accept that offer and plead guilty.
That is the correct statement of the offer, Your Honor.
Mr. Clay, that's the offer that you wish to accept, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you raised your right hand? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury.
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Just trying to find my. Give me just a moment. I'm just getting my fee schedule. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Clay, you have the right to proceed to a trial in this matter. And at the time of trial, you have the right to have an attorney represent you, and you have the right to cross-examine any witness the city intends to call. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence to further any defense you believe you may have to the charge. You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. And then you have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you want to give up those rights today to plead guilty to the charge of driving unlicensed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is anybody making any promises or threats to you to get you to want to waive your rights today and plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, as to the charge of driving unlicensed, how do you plead?
Guilty.
On a factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Clay, on or about September 21st of 2021, were you operating a motor vehicle in the area of Dunlap Street and Tenney Street in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
And at that time, did you have a valid motor vehicle operator's license?
No.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the city?
None, Your Honor.
Court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Fine in that matter will be $200. And did he pay the red stop sign, or he still owes $180? I think he still does. I think you still owe $180 on the other citation. You got that date, and I see there was an extension given until March 11th. When's his next court date?
Give me just a moment. I can take a look. I believe his next court date would be the 3rd, Your Honor.
Also this week. Okay, because you're in custody, I'm just going to refer this to collections, okay? Ms. Graham and Mr. Clay, you guys want to have a private meeting room, or we don't want to interrupt?
No, ma'am.
No.
Mr. Clay, because I'm talking to you about your
Yes, ma'am.
fines and costs, okay? So
My bad.
I'm going to go ahead and refer this one to collections because I don't know when you're getting out of custody, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any questions today?
Oh, man.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you. Okay. What happened to Miss Graham? She looks like she left. Okay. Mr. Keithley, you have some other people here. I don't know if you want to speak to next.
Well, Your Honor, I am ready with Mr. Andrews and Miss Smith. If she reappears, I'm also ready with Miss Graham.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Aries Andrews, file number 21L2678681, council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Almo is authorized to appear on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Mr. Andrews, who's present via Zoom.
Thank you. Today is the date that was reset for a pretrial. We were here a couple weeks ago, but you did not have discovery. How do we want to proceed on it at this time?
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I do have discovery, and I've had an opportunity to discuss this matter with Mr. Andrews. There was no offer in this case, and we would be asking that it be set for a jury trial.
March 14th at 8:15. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing further for the city, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
March 14th at what time, James?
It's at 8:15 in person at the court.
In person?
That's correct.
Downtown?
Yes,
At what time?
at 8:15.
8:15 a.m. Yep, a.m. Okay, thank you.
No problem. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Mr. James.
Okay, you said you were ready with Ms. Graham?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Whitney Graham, file number 22L2691751, OT, council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Almo is authorized to appear on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender. I'm filling in for Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly, appearing on behalf of Ms. Graham, who is present via Zoom.
Okay, and I also have file number ending in 52. I think I only called one phone number out. Today was the date set for pretrial. You're joining this matter.
Yes, Your Honor. I am requesting an adjournment.
30 days.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
March 28th. This was done with salary. Yeah, March 28th at 10 o'clock. Do you have any questions today, Ms. Graham?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see you on March 28th.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Are you ready, or anyone else who need to speak to someone? We have Erdman, Babcock, Smith, Brooks, Tiller, and then Torres is in the courtroom.
Your Honor, I'm ready to go on both Ms. Smith and Torres.
Torres. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Shamani Torres, file number 20-02015. Council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alma Lizard Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Ms. Torres, who, as I understand it, is present in the courtroom.
That's correct. She is present here in the courtroom. This matter was reset because you did not have discovery. Have you received discovery, or do we need further adjournment?
Your Honor, I believe I have received discovery. However, my understanding is at this time the city is going to be dismissing this matter.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, this case will be dismissed. You're all set. Thank you. Thank you. And then Smith. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Tatiana Smith, file number 22-00091, council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alma Lizard Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Tatiana Smith, who is present via Zoom.
Today's the date set for pretrial and adjourning unlicensed. How do we want to proceed on this?
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I'm going to be requesting a short-term adjournment. I believe 2 weeks will be sufficient. My understanding is Ms. Smith has an appointment with the Secretary of State set for the 1st.
March 14th at 2. March 14th at 2. Do you have any questions today, Ms. Smith?
No.
Any additional matters for the record, council?
None for the city, Your Honor.
Oh, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, Ms. Smith.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Who do you want to handle next?
Your Honor, I'm going to need to speak to the city attorney regarding Ms. Babcock.
Okay, I'll put you in the same room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. They're in room 1.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's on the LG Stylo 6?
Miranda DeFreitas.
Thank you. Okay, we ready on Ms. Babcock?
Your Honor, I'm going to need to speak to Ms. Babcock, please.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, Mr. Keithley, are you ready?
I am ready with Ms. Babcock, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Sarah Babcock, file number 21-01507, council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alma Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender. I'm filling in for Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly, appearing on behalf of Sarah Babcock, who is present via Zoom.
Thank you. And today's the date that was set for a pre-trial. How are we proceeding on this?
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, an offer was extended to Ms. Babcock to plead to an amended charge of allowing a suspended person to drive. Based on my contacts with Ms. Babcock, my understanding is she would like to accept that offer and plead guilty.
That is a correct statement of the offer, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Babcock, that's the offer you want to accept, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Ms. Babcock, you have the right to be represented by counsel, represented by the Public Defender's Office, and today by Mr. Keithley. You have the right to proceed to a trial in this matter. You have the right to have a jury trial. At the time of jury trial, you have the right to cross-examine or question any witness that the city intends to call. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence to further any defense you believe you may have. And then you have the right to remain silent and have silence be used against you. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want to give up those rights to have a trial today in order to accept the offer and plead to an amended charge of allowing a unlicensed driver?
Yes.
Anybody promising you anything to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty?
No.
Anybody threatening you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you are guilty?
Yes.
As to the charge of allowing a unlicensed driver, how do you plead?
I'm sorry, what was that?
As to the charge of allowing an unlicensed driver, how do you plead?
Guilty.
On a factual basis.
Thank you. Yes, Your Honor. And just so the court is aware, that's going to be a factual basis to the original charge.
Thank you.
Ms. Babcock, on or about June 2nd of 2021, were you operating a motor vehicle in the area of South Cedar and East Holmes in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
And at that time, did you have a valid driver's license?
No.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Can you hear me?
Oh, no questions for the city, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Court is satisfied with the factual basis. I will accept your plea. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Sorry, there's a truck, and unfortunately, you're gonna hear it outside of us and the city attorney's office. The fine is $200. When can you make payment?
I can make that today.
Okay, you gonna make payment online or are you gonna come in person?
I'm right outside of the courthouse now, so I'll go right into the court building and pay it right now.
Thank you so much. You're all set, ma'am.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
Okay, Mr. Keithley, you have Tiller, Erdman, Brooks, and DeFreitas.
I'm ready to go with Ms. Brooks. Ms. DeFreitas is here for a sentencing, and I believe I'm ready to go on that one. I am going to have to speak to both Mr. Erdman and Ms. Tiller.
Ms. Brooks, can you start your video? Okay. On the record in the matter, the people of the city of Lansing versus Anaya Lamani Brooks, file number 21L2664421, council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alma Lizal Perez, appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Ms. Brooks, who is present via Zoom.
Thank you. And today's the date set for a pre-trial. How do we want to proceed on this?
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, there is no offer being extended in this matter. We would be asking that this matter be set for a jury trial.
March 14th. At 8:15. March 14th at 8:15 will be the jury trial date. I'm assuming she did not get her permit or driving test. Is that what happened?
My understanding is that this time she does, well, Your Honor.
That was the offer originally.
Your Honor, when I received the list of offers from the city attorney relating to today's hearings, this one was listed as no offer.
Well, I have a note here from December 14th that she had a written test that was scheduled for December 17th. If she obtained her permit, the offer was impeding traffic.
Your Honor, based on the, on searching her Secretary of State records, it did demonstrate that she didn't have her driver's license. And given the fact that we have adjourned this multiple times and given her an opportunity to get her license.
Did she get her permit?
No.
Okay. Okay. I'll note that here in the file. The matter is going to be set for trial on March 14th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Any additional matters for the record? Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing further for the city, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set. Ms. Brooks, we'll see you on March 14th. And you said you needed.
Is it a way that I could speak to my attorney?
Ms. Brooks, I'll give you a call after we're done with court, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put Mr. Erdman in the room with you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
No problem.
Your Honor? Never mind.
I can get Mr. Erdman back. Mr. Erdman, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. The record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Richard Ehrman II. I have file numbers 21-03246, 21-03270, and 22-00048. Council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor. Almost on Perez, appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Richard Erdman, who is present via Zoom.
Today was the date that was set for pre-trials on this matter. How do we want to proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. An offer was extended to Mr. Erdman to plead guilty, I believe, in files 3270 and 3246. In exchange, the file ending in 48 would be dismissed. At this time, we would be requesting that this matter be set for a final pretrial. I am going to be requesting that that be set out a little ways. So the court's aware I have a discovery demand that was put in back in early January in relation to files 3246 and 3270, to which I have not received any response.
For the body cam?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, why has he not received the discovery?
Your Honor, all I'm showing for the city is that the city provided initial discovery on February 9th. I don't see in our file a supplemental request for body camera video.
Well, Your Honor, this matter was filed back in December, and I believe we had a pretrial.
On January 3rd. My note said that we were adjourning it on January 3rd because there was a pending request for the body cam.
And Your Honor, in my file, I have a message requesting the body cam. And as I stated, I haven't received anything.
Did you submit the supplemental form?
Give me a moment. Yes.
Can you send it to our office again? Because I just don't show it in our file.
Okay, I'll get that sent over.
Thank you.
Okay, gonna set the final pretrial for April 4th at 8:15. And the jury trial for April 11th at 8:15. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing further for the city, Your Honor.
Oh, Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set for today, Mr. Erdman. I'm sorry. Yes. Mr. Erdman, you're free to go.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay. Did you need to speak to Ms. Tiller?
Yes, Your Honor.
He put them in the private meeting. Yeah. Okay, are we ready on Ms. Tiller?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Mona Tiller, file number 19-04646 OM. Council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alma Lizan Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Ms. Tiller, who is present via Zoom.
Thank you. Today's the date that is set for a retrial. Is there an offer extended on this?
There was, Your Honor, an offer was extended to Ms. Tiller this morning to admit responsibility to a breach of the peace. Based on my conversation with Ms. Tiller, my understanding is she intends to accept that offer.
It kind of broke up because I think there was some background and noise from her end. You said it was breach of the peace civil infraction?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is a correct statement of the offer, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Tiller, I don't know if you have like a TV or something, but I need you to unmute because I'm gonna need you to speak to me. And I don't want the feedback. If you can get that disturbance quieted.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm sorry. Thank you.
No problem. So the offer is from the city is to amend it to breach of the peace civil infraction, which is punishable with just a court fine. Did you want to accept that today?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Keithley, what's the maximum penalty?
Off the top of my head, Your Honor, I am afraid I don't know. Perhaps one of my colleagues in the city attorney's office does.
One moment, Your Honor. It's $150, Your Honor.
That's the maximum penalty?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Thank you. Your fine is $50. When can you make payment, ma'am?
I can next week. Well, this coming week, Wednesday.
Today is 28th, so you're saying by the 9th of March, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, do you know how to make payment online?
No, I do not.
Okay, because I don't think you're not local, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, you can either drive into the city of Lansing and pay it online or pay it in person at the window, or you can go to the court website. You would use your case number and you'll be able to pay the citation that way, okay? Did you have any questions?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Okay, any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you, you're all set, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and then we have Mr. Freites. Miranda DeFreitas, if you're there. Okay. Thank you. Can you unmute for us, please? Okay, you can hear us well?
Yes.
Thank you. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Miranda DeFreitas. This is file number 20-030160D. Council appearance, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Almo Lizon Perez, appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender. I'm filling in for Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly, appearing on behalf of Ms. DeFreitas, who is present via Zoom.
Thank you. Today is the date that's set for a sentencing. I do have a pre-sentence report and recommendation from probation. And Mr. Keith, you received that and gone over that with Mr. Brady?
I have received it, I believe, based on my review of the file. Ms. Donnelly did go over it with Mr. Frates. I can inquire of Mr. Frates.
I'm sorry, what are we referring to?
There was a pre-sentence report that was prepared by probation, and did Ms. Donnelly go over that with you?
She very briefly, she had said that I scored on the lower end of the pre-sentencing report. She didn't go into complete detail about it, but just explained to me that I had scored on the lower end of it, so she didn't feel that the courts would find that I had an alcohol abuse problem.
There's a lot of detail in this report, so I don't know if Mr. Keith,
Yeah.
if you want to proceed at this time, or if you want her to have further time to just review this report.
Your Honor, if I could have a few minutes to speak with Mr. Frates about the report.
Thank you. Let me add her to your room. For the city attorney, all of the people that did not appear will be bench warranted. Are we ready on DeFreitas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we're back on the record in the matter of Miranda DeFreitas. We were discussing whether or not you had gone over the pre-sentence report. Are we still proceeding at this time, Mr. Keithley?
No, Your Honor. Well, or at least I'm going to be requesting an adjournment to a date when Ms. Donnelly can be here. I would request an adjournment of not less than 3 weeks in this matter. I expect that there's going to be needing to be at least some communications between Ms. Donnelly and Ms. DeFreitas prior to a sentencing hearing.
Okay, sounds good. So we set it for March 21st at 8:30. Do you have any questions today, Mr. Frades?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see you on March 21st.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Mr. Keithley, I have a bench warranted I'm about to bench warrant all the others that did not appear. There was a Michael Thomas that did not appear. Naisha Foy. Tracy Abfalter. I don't think your office is representing this person, at least it doesn't say that on my record. Christopher Taylor.
I do not believe I am representing Mr. Taylor, Your Honor.
Anybody? Daniel Mays. Will all be recorded. Okay, unless you guys have anything for me.
Your Honor,